Welcome to Rivals Until Death, the soccer podcast where we break down the beautiful game.
Welcome back to the channel, people. Rivals Until Death. Let's get straight on to last week's games. Chelsea versus Man City, or Man City versus Chelsea. A 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw is what I expected, and that's what I wanted. But for me, in that game, Chelsea was the better team. Chelsea was a better team in the first half. Chelsea was a better team in the second half. Chelsea upped the tempo in the second half. But Man City had one chance in the game and they scored. Erling Haaland was, for the past 3 games, I don't feel like he's having a great games, I would say. He's been lost in the games, but a lot of people is not going to talk about it because he's the top goal scorer in the league. But for the past 3 games, he's been off it, bro. But in the game, though, players who I want to mention for me who had good games in that game, Enzo Fernandez had a good second half in the game. Chelsea defenders had good games for me in the game. But the attackers for Chelsea is what we all been saying for the whole season. These guys are shit. Enzo, Pedro, shit in the whole first half. Pedro Neto, oh my god, Pedro Neto is just wasteful up front. And the Esteval kid, wasteful up front again. But for me, Chelsea this season, the attackers are just wasteful. But in this game, it's proven and show you a lot that Chelsea this season, they're not up front. Reece James had a good game. Reece James had a tremendous game in the midfield. For me, he's Chelsea's best player this season. Let's move on to the next big game. Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth was at home. Bournemouth had a given goal to them by Gabriel Magalhaes. Passed the ball to Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen stick it in the back of the net. But the player I want to mention for me is Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been the best player so far this season throughout the English Premier League. There's no better midfielder you could mention in the world that's performing that's better than Declan Rice this season. There are no better midfielders in the Premier League that you could say is performing at a high standard as Declan Rice. So for me, Declan Rice is the best midfielder in the world. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League. And Martin Odegaard, once again, showing his class. Ever since Martin Odegaard have came back from injury, we're seeing the Martin Odegaard that we bought and that we had for a while. He's been the best player for the past 3 games for me in that midfield. Honorable mention, Zubimendi. Again, tremendous. He's putting off a good season performance, you know. He's going on the radar. A lot of people is not really talking much of him, but he's one of the better number 6 in this league. And if he goes in this league, clear out and win the league for us, trust me, you're gonna have uncomfortable conversation about this guy, you know, because he's a tremendous midfielder. Yeah, but Bournemouth put up a fight, man. Because a 3-2 game, they put up a fight. They bring on some junior kid. He was good. Every time I've watched this kid, you know, I'm like, this guy looks like a good player. He looks like he's gonna have a good career. Let's move on to the next game. Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1. Villa came out with the points, man. Finally won a game back. So Villa looks good. Let's move on to the next game. Newcastle versus Crystal Palace. I watched this game. Newcastle bopped them around, man. They bopped them around. Wissa came on. He started the game. Wissa looks good. Garden, it looks like he's coming back to his best. I feel like he should be on the plane towards the England World Cup. So he looks like he's going back. Bruno Guimaraes, he's having a good season, you know. He's having a good season. He scored in the game. I'm seeing now that Crystal Palace, Man City is looking to buy Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace. To me, that's a good decision for him because I feel like if he goes there, he's going to be their best defender. So for him to go there, that should be a good decision for them. Spurs versus Sunderland, 1-1 draw. Spurs is just Spurs, man. Spurs is not winning a game at home. They're not even coming out with 3 points. They are just drawing games now. Spurs, what's wrong? And I've tripped these guys to even come in front of Chelsea. I think they are like, what, 5 points behind Chelsea? That's still not bad, you know, but come on, man. At least win a game. Almost every game that they played at home, they're losing or even drawing. So I don't know what's really going on with Spurs. And something I want to mention, we've seen 2 managers got sacked throughout this month. I said it from a jump. I said Chelsea manager wasn't going to last to the end of January, and he didn't even last at the starting of January. And yeah, so for me, I feel like that's the right decision for them to sack that manager. Because for me, Chelsea wasn't going nowhere with that manager, you know. And then we seen that Manchester United sacked their manager, Ruben Amorim. He was terrible. For me, he's the worst Manchester manager I've watched manage Manchester United. From I've seen them, or from I've even been watching Manchester United. I don't know why it took them that long to sack this guy, because he's awful, man. And then he's having a lot of problem with the players. That's for one. I'm not saying that some of these players are good enough, but the problem that I'm seeing having with some of the good players, like Kobe Mino, I'm like, yo, nah, this guy is not it. And so me, when I see Manchester United sack him, I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing for them. But let's see who they're going to appoint for the job. Because for me, anyone they do appoint is going to be the same thing. I just feel like Manchester United need an overall reset, bro. Overall reset is the right thing for Manchester United for me. Well, let's see what's going to happen. And for me, though, something I want to really mention. I feel like the next manager that's going to lose his job is Arne Slot, Liverpool manager. I feel like he's the next one up. I'm not giving him at the end of February to be in that job. Yeah, that's how far I would go to it. I'm not giving him till the end of February. Yeah, guys, and let's go towards the prediction for this week games. Bournemouth is gonna play Spurs. Bournemouth is at home. I'm gonna go for a Spurs win in this one. You know, I'm gonna go for a Spurs win, 2-1 Spurs. The next game we have Crystal Palace at home to Aston Villa. I'm gonna go for a draw game here. I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw. Palace v Aston Villa. The next game we have Chelsea. Chelsea versus Fulham. Fulham is at home. I'm gonna give. Chelsea doesn't have no manager. I think there's gonna be a next draw game again. So I'm gonna go for a draw. 1-1 draw. The next game we have Man City's at home to Brighton. Man City is having a lot of defensive problems. I'm seeing now they're missing out their 2 main defenders, that Ruben Diaz and Gvardiol. Gvardiol, I think he broke his leg, and Ruben Diaz is gonna be out for what, 6 months or something like that. But trust me, I don't want to hear no complaints, because when Arsenal was losing their best defenders, we're not hearing nothing. We didn't hear no complaints. All we did was go on and win these games. And so for me, I feel like this game is going to be another draw game too again. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Then we have Manchester United versus Burnley. Manchester United had to get some manager bounce, bro. Even though they don't have a manager at the moment. But for me, Manchester United is going to win this game. Manchester United win 3-1. Then we have Arsenal. The big game of the week. Arsenal versus Liverpool. This is our time to put our wrongs into right. And we're going to slap these guys. We're going to slap Liverpool, bro. We're going to slap Liverpool 4-0. Arsenal win. Yeah, guys, and that should be it for this week. That's all the predictions. Please like, share, and subscribe.